Hello everybody, this is Jason from Iron Mission. Hey listen, we got to do something with the ZH2, put a new exhaust on. I'm going to show you how to do it really simple and show you the results. Let's go take a look. So here's the ZH2. I did a video on this, my initial thoughts. I'll put that in the upper right hand corner as well as in the description below. And in that video I said there's a couple things that I need to do and I have all the parts that I need to do it. And so first thing is, well, one of the things is I got to get rid of this stupid license plate holder. That thing is absolutely ridiculous looking the way it sticks out like that. On no planet should that be required to stick out that far. But the second thing is the exhaust. The exhaust has to go. This big, bulky, tremendously ugly exhaust that has absolutely no sound also needs to go. Thankfully, I have a solution for that in this video, and that is over here. We've got the Brock's Performance slip-on exhaust. So this thing, it's not cheap. It's around $1,200 for the exhaust and the extension there. And the reason why I chose the Brock's, and I think you should consider it as well, with this bike, I am strongly considering later, it's probably after the warranty is up, doing the full system. And so I just wanted that seamless potential system where with the Brock's header. So possibly next year that's going to happen along with the ECU flash, which is going to add a whole mess load of power. This thing right now is about 196 horsepower at the crank. So most of the dynos I've seen are coming in around mid 170s, upper 170s, totally stock at the rear wheel. When you do the slip-on plus the header plus the ECU flash, well, that gets you closer to anywhere from around 215 to 230 horsepower. So obviously it's a big difference. I'm not ready to deal with that just yet. So for right now, I just need to have the weight reduction, which is going to be about 13 pounds. This thing is big and bulky and stupid looking, and it's also heavy. So I'm going to get that 13-pound weight reduction. I don't anticipate any real horsepower gains or anything like that. It's going to be a really simple install. I'll show you, but it looks like we're just going to have to remove this bolt here, and then also the clamp that's right down here. To do that, let me show you. You're only going to need a few tools. And so I've got the 12 millimeter wrench here. That's for the bolt behind the exhaust on the upper side. This 6 millimeter hex head is also for that upper bolt. And then for the lower clamp, we've got this 10 millimeter socket. And so that should be about it. The only thing that comes in the box is the slip-on, this extension, and then this little baggie here that's got the new clamp. It's got a wire, it's got a spring puller with the spring, and that spring is just going to hold these two pieces together on the back side here, so you can see where that's going to connect here and here. That's what's going to hold those two things together. So I did go with the black finish. I just thought that would look nicer. And then let me show you this, because I think this is pretty cool. You probably won't be able to see it unless it's in the sun. And so you can see that green and the carbon fiber, which I think is going to be absolutely awesome. And so that's what we're going to do. Let me show you real quick how we put that bad boy on. First things first, we got to get to this 10 mil right here. And that is just going to come right off, it looks like, pretty easily. Next thing, we're going to take our 6 millimeter, goes right in there. This bad boy is going to hold the bolt on the back, which is our 12 millimeter wrench. And then we'll go ahead and loosen this bolt, take this out. And it looks like this whole thing's just ready to kind of fall out. That is probably the easiest exhaust removal I've ever done. So yeah, I'm used to working on the Harleys. I've got the Pan America, I've got the Road King, I've got the Limited here. I've done exhausts on all those. It takes usually a lot longer than just a couple bolts. Usually they're really in there, and so now we've just got to put the new one on. We're just going to reverse the procedure. Here's that clamp. That's off right there. I'll leave all this stuff here. Yeah, this ridiculous thing is now gone. Let me show you a size comparison real fast, because I think that would be kind of useful to see. So here's the new exhaust. Let me put that down on the ground right there. Let's see if we can get that to show. There's the difference. So it's going to be quite a bit smaller, and like I said, save 13 pounds and hopefully give us a little bit of noise. So I did go ahead and I attached that spring right here that's going to hold these two pieces together. I used this spring puller. That was super easy. Took 2 seconds to do that. Now the exhaust is one piece. I've already got the clamp on there, just kind of loosely sitting on there. Let's go ahead and put all this together. Let's go see what tools we need for that. So as luck would have it, I did not mention this at the beginning of the video, but you are going to need an 11 millimeter to get this bolt on there for the new clamp. Don't know why it does it. I mean, I suppose maybe you could use the old clamp if you wanted to, but they supply the new one, so I'm going to use that. But you're reusing the bolt and the washer and the and this guy here, so you still need a 6 millimeter hex head, and you're still going to need the 12 millimeter wrench to get that back on. So it's just going to reverse the process here real fast, and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this clamp. I would put this clamp in so that the bolt is obviously facing out here. I'm going to put that on here first, just because you can't do it last. And then this is just going to hopefully slide right on, like so. Soap. Yes, you heard it here first. Soap. This is going to help you get the exhaust pieces together and slide them together rather than metal on metal. Just your regular liquid detergent soap. A little bit on your fingertip around both of these is going to help get these two pieces together way, way, way easier. So what we're going to do is I've got this clamp down here and I've got this bolt that I have to put in from the previous, when we put this together before. So I'm going to do both of these, but I'm going to do them loosely at first just to make sure that we don't have any issues. And I've got this piece right here that goes in the back side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this piece in here, this bolt, real quick. I'm going to hand tighten this. And the reason why we don't tighten it all down together all at the same time, a lot of times with these exhausts, is you'll find that you might have to make a minor adjustment somewhere. And it's a whole lot easier to make that minor adjustment when you don't have everything totally tightened down at first. Now this is a fairly easy job, so I'm not super concerned about it. But this again is the 11 meter, not the 10 millimeter, sorry, not meter. And so we're going to get this tightened down here. And again, I'm leaving this bolt easily accessible, so if I ever have to take this thing off, it's not going to be the end of the world. Now, one thing I did forget to do is show you what this thing sounded like before I put the exhaust on. Let's face it, if you're watching this video, chances are very good you either already have this bike, you're thinking about it. Trust me, there is no sound that comes out of this bike with that stupid bulky exhaust on there at all. So imagine you start up a bike that has absolutely no sound. That's what you're getting. And I'll show you what this sounds like because I'm kind of curious myself after putting this thing on. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten that down. So it doesn't stop. I'm sure there are torque specs for this, but for an exhaust, not super concerned about it. There we go. And then I got to go get my 12 millimeter, be right back. And again, this is the 6 mil because we're using the same setup as before, same bolts. So go ahead and get this thing tightened down by putting it on the right way. There we go. It's a super easy install. I mean, it probably took, I don't know, not more than 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, there we go. Let's go get it started up. Real quick, before we start this thing up, I am going to wipe the fingerprints off just because sometimes if you got oily fingers, you can have a problem with leaving those oily fingerprints all over your exhaust. So let me go ahead and wipe that down real fast. People do ask about this exhaust. Will it scratch? Probably. I've got a very similar finish on my Pan America here. It's Vance & Hines. It's not the same make, but it's got that same black finish. And you can see real up close, we do have some fine scratches in there, but I'm not super worried about it. For the most part, they hold up really, really well. And again, look at that green. I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but that green finish is awesome. All right, let's start this bad boy up. All right, so yeah, it's a heck of a lot louder now. Bike's warming up. It is 35 degrees out here. I'm going to flip the mic around so you can actually hear it, but it's a very different sound. right, so that's the exhaust. That's the Brock's Performance slip-on for the ZH2. I highly recommend take a look at it if you're looking for exhaust. I'll put a link down in the description below if you're interested in it, just so you have that. But it's going to be great because, again, if I want to do the full exhaust, if I want to do the air cleaner, if I want to do the ECM flash, there's a ton of tunes out there for this bike already, and it's going to be really easy and seamless to do that. So sound is way improved. As always, thank you so much for being here. Going to do that tail tidy pretty soon. I've got that box as well. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in the next one.